right, have you joined the Twitterverse yet? Okay, maybe you have a Facebook page and you're thinking, I want to join Twitter, but, well, I don't really know what to do. Or maybe you're on Twitter and you don't have a lot of people following you. Either way, Twitter is the focus of our interaction today with RIT social media expert Mike Johansson, who joins us from time to time. He is from RIT, hence the black and orange tie. I love it. You are here to basically kind of help people learn what Twitter is and whether they should be on it or not. Some people are, and if they are, how to maximize their time on Twitter, right?
Sure. So apparently we're doing a 1 hour segment today.
Yeah. Well, think about it, right? It could take, you could talk about all this, you know, for a long time. But first things first, you know, how do people decide if they should be on Twitter?
Well, basically, people are on Facebook to make friends, keep in touch with friends. Twitter is more about learning. It's information. It's what you share and it's what you get from other people. So Twitter's a very different creature. Think of it as like text messages from maybe a few hundred people you've never met, but they're sending you really good information.
So you're saying then Twitter is more for, like you said, to connect to friends, Twitter more for information purposes.
Absolutely.
According to what some of the talking points you submitted earlier, Twitter continues to outpace Facebook. More people join Twitter than Facebook.
40% growth in the second half of last year, on track for another 30% growth in the first half of this year.
Is it because it is so quick that, you know, maybe that's why people join it faster than they would with Facebook? Facebook is more like you have to care and feed it, don't you? Like a houseplant.
Sure, sure. And I think Twitter is,
like
and most of the growth is outside of the US and outside of Europe. So in the Middle East and Asia and Africa, Twitter's growing like crazy. And you're right, you have to be concise. You have 140 characters. So there's no long conversations, although people do have back and forth.
What's the best advice you can give someone who is just joining Twitter? You know, what are the top 3 things you want them to know on their first day?
Sure. Make sure you set up your profile. Make sure that you have your full name. Put an image of yourself, a nice face shot in there. Say where you are, because geography matters, whether people will follow you and who you follow.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's important. And then make sure you follow at least 2 or 3 dozen interesting people who are sharing things you care about. The number 1 reason people start Twitter and just let it slide is because they don't follow enough interesting people. And so really they don't see the value in Twitter.
So when you say interesting people, say you have an interest in, oh, I don't know, growing orchids or something. Try and find people who are interested in that and follow them, and then you can constantly receive information from them.
Sure. Just put in a Google search, Twitter, orchid, and see what shows up. What
about all this hashtag and all this? There's so many little rules. I think, is that why some people get intimidated by Twitter?
Oh, sure, but in the same way that you learn to drive a car, you just didn't sit down and do it one day, you do it bit by bit. And so first thing is follow really good, interesting people, listen. Next thing to do is find a few people who you might want to interact with and look at how other people are interacting with them.
Okay. I know that one of the things that you know, you don't want to be rude on Twitter. There is an etiquette to Twitter, which I didn't realize. You've got to be careful because people will alienate you, won't they?
Sure, yeah. And the joke is
it's like being in the cafeteria. People won't talk to you.
Yeah, Twiticket. So don't talk about yourself. Number 1 rule, don't talk about yourself incessantly.
Wait, that's Facebook, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, exactly, yeah.
Don't talk about yourself incessantly.
Sure, and then share interesting stuff, stuff that's relevant to you. Don't be on Twitter just to be on Twitter. Be there to be you. Be interesting.
Have something to say is what you're saying.
If you're going to share. But you can start just by listening. You don't have to share.
Okay, you don't have to. You can just listen. Okay. A lot of people lament, and I often hear people say this, well, I'm on Twitter, but I don't have that many followers, or no one's really following me. And, you know, there are businesses that really rely on their number of followers for their success on social media. But if you're just the average person, you've got some advice for people on how to get more people to follow you and the reasons why people don't.
Yeah, sure. So number 1, as I say, don't just talk about yourself. You'll see any number of businesses out there on Twitter and they tweet 2 or 3 times a day and it's like, today's special is, come in for this, check us out for. Well, if you're at a party, for example, which you think of Twitter as a little cocktail social party, are you going to stick around with a person who says nothing but, hey, you should buy insurance from me. Insurance is good for you. Insurance this, insurance that. They're kind of boring people.
I see. You've got some more advice. Can you stick around with a little while for us? Okay. Sure. Because coming up next, we're going to find more reasons why people are not following you. You are probably your own worst enemy on Twitter, and you don't even realize it. More on Twitter 101 when we come back with Mike Johansson. Back again, RIT social media expert Mike Johansson, and he's been giving us sort of a Twitter primer, and I'm loving this conversation because there are things that you're talking about that I've done sometimes. Twitter, much more popular than Facebook in terms of the number of people joining.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, so if you're going to get on Twitter, have something to say. Don't let it always be about yourself, and follow interesting people that you are doing things that you're interested in.
Sure.
But you also say there are people to avoid in the Twitterverse. Twidiots, we call them, right?
Twidiots, twerps, tools.
Who are these people?
Well, they're people who have all kinds of issues that would make you not want to associate with them in real life.
Okay.
You know, anger management issues. They're using Twitter as a little soapbox to vent about everything that's bothering them.
Okay.
Now, if I don't like those people in real life, why would I follow them on Twitter?
Are they easy to spot? Obviously, yes.
Yes.
Some of the language, you can detect it and then stay away from it.
Yeah, so what you do is before you follow someone, look at their last 15 or 20 tweets, and you'll get a sense of their personality. And if something doesn't feel right, don't follow them.
Now, they can follow you, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you then, if they follow you, you won't necessarily receive their updates if you don't follow them.
Exactly. That's the way Twitter works. You only get updates from, you get to choose. It's one of the great advantages of Twitter. You get to choose exactly who you're paying attention to.
I know that, you know, you control what you see. It allows connections to anyone, anywhere. I know with other social media, there are rules and things like that. But with Twitter, it seems like the world is really open, more in ways, more than it is with other social media.
Sure. So on Facebook,
there's more of an exclusivity with other ones.
On Facebook, it's a closed network. I can only communicate with people we are mutually following each other. On Twitter, I can use an @ sign, and I can talk to anyone. One of my favorite Twitter conversations was Shaquille O'Neal. Now, where in the world am I ever going to talk to Shaquille O'Neal except Twitter? That's just the coolest thing about Twitter.
Is that why people love it?
Oh, I think so. I think so. Because you really can. And whether people respond, that's up to them. But when they do respond, it's kind of magical.
Yeah, that's the thing. Those are magical moments, and I frequently have friends who will tell me, you know, I posted something and I was retweeted, you know, which means someone has, you know, basically sort of
reshared.
Reshared what you wrote with a celebrity, and they're on Cloud 9 all day. So again, do you have to be a business person to necessarily want to be on Twitter? Can you just be anyone and decide, you know what, I want to learn more about what's going on in my community, and this is a great way to do it?
Absolutely. In fact, that's a great way to organize Twitter, is to use the list function to organize people you follow into lists. So I have a Rochester list full of local news stations and news people, but also other people around Rochester, so I just know what people in Rochester are talking about. It's a really incredible, you know, little piece of functionality.
What about if people say, I don't think I have anything interesting to say?
Start just by listening. You'll be surprised. The more you listen, the more you'll find that you're actually part of a little community, and eventually you'll want to say something. That's okay. Just do it when it feels right.
I love that. Again, you also have a fantastic blog where people can go and read your musings on social media. Where can people go?
It's called the FORFREE, F-O-R-F-R-E-E blog.blogspot.com. And the last 6 posts have all been about how to get the most out of Twitter.
But people can follow you on Twitter as well.
Sure, Mike J. NY.
Mike J. NY. You got to follow this guy on Twitter. He always has something interesting. I frequently find myself retweeting your things because I'm like, oh, gee, that's a really interesting article or an interesting concept or way to look at social media. And that's why you teach it. So.
And we appreciate the retweets.
There you go. Thanks so much. We appreciate it, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back after this. Much more to come on Rochester CW.